Lately, I've been seeing a lot of complaining and a lot of attempts to make things better in 5th edition D&D. A lot of house rules, a lot of custom content, a lot of like, well, what if we change this thing? How does that fix the problems that we perceive? And we do perceive a lot of problems. And I've been down this road. This is a journey that I have traveled. I used to make 5th edition content. I made a custom class. I reworked the barbarian and the rogue to evoke the kind of gameplay experience that I felt that they should and that they don't in the printed versions. And I think what a lot of people are going to eventually realize, if they do not already, is that you cannot fix 5th edition with content. You can't make a class, you can't rework a class to make the game do things that it is fundamentally not designed to do, which is to evoke the heroic fantasy feeling of being this awesome rock star hero. It's just not that kind of game. It's not, and it never will be. And so what is the solution then? I think the solution has become obvious to me, and it probably isn't obvious to everyone. The solution is to go play other games. How do we tell Wizards of the Coast that we're not happy with their designs? We go play other games. How do we tell them that we're not happy with their attempts to cheat the OGL? How do we tell them that we're not happy with them sending Pinkertons after people? We go play other games. And this is going to be a slow, long process that takes place over the course of years or maybe decades, because a lot of people will not play other games. They're stuck in 5th edition for whatever reason. They can't not buy the next Magic set. But I've come to a point in my life where, like, I can't be wasting time playing games that aren't bringing me joy. I spent a year in a 5th edition campaign this last year. I was playing a barbarian, and while I enjoyed my character and I joined the party and I enjoyed the people that I was playing with, I was having a good time in that regard. My character, like, it was very obvious that I was the least important, least effective member of that party, and not for lack of trying. I'm a mid-grade optimizer here, and the rest of the table is very not. But it's the class and other classes like it, all the martial classes in 5th edition, they are not designed to evoke a particular play experience. They just aren't. And that kind of comes back to the fundamental design principle of 5th edition, or the lack thereof, the lack of fundamental design principle. 5th edition is not designed with play experience in mind. There's no of what I call intentionality behind any of the designs, both for classes and content or for the basic rules frameworks. There's no expected play experience. And as a result, it feels a little aimless. This is why some classes get everything and some classes get nothing, because there's no intentionality in the designers. There's no saying like, okay, this class needs to be good at these things and maybe bad at these things. There's none of that. And that's why 5th edition class design is so aimless. But I digress. It was because of this experience with the barbarian and the realization that you can't fix 5th edition with content, that I decided that I'm never going to be playing 5th edition again after this campaign is over. I'll play out the campaign because the DMs put a lot of work into it. I enjoy the players, so I can tolerate it. I did switch characters to a wizard so that I could feel powerful in some degree. I still don't like the way that the wizard feels powerful, but that's a different video about why the wizard is good in a bad way. But after this campaign's over, I'm going to be putting my 5th edition books on my gaming bookshelf and never picking them up again. it doesn't really, like, I've seen the direction that one D&D is taking, and it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be buying those books, pretty much no matter what they do now. I'll look at 6th edition if it eventually comes out. I'll look at it, but they do not have the guaranteed customer that they once did. Wizards of the Coast has fully lost my faith. And I made a video when 5th edition was first announced about how I have faith in Wizards of the Coast because of what I saw them do in 4th edition. They've lost that faith. They no longer have a guaranteed customer. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The bottom line is I'm not going to be spending any more time playing games I don't like. And I would encourage most of you to do the same. If you are not having fun in 5th edition, if you are seeing problem after problem after problem, remember, most RPGs don't have the problems that 5th edition does. 4th edition solved those problems, pretty much all of them, and other designers have also solved those problems. 5th edition unsolved the problems. They're there on purpose, so they're never going away. And you can spend your time tinkering, and by all means, do not let me disparage the artistic merit of tinkering. I love tinkering for its own sake. So if you want to tinker, I won't hold that against you. But if you are tinkering to try to fix the system, you are wasting your time. Go play better games. We are in a golden age of tabletop RPGs. There's no reason to spend your time on this.